Hey yo, what's good? Yo, we got a lot of third-party stuff to cover because at this point, third-party news apparently comes out every day. But first up, 5K Toys says that the pre-orders for this TK Super Saiyan God Goku head sculpt goes up pretty soon, and that was a day ago. And I checked the website, and it's still not up. So, but pretty soon could mean within the week, you know. But I figure I'd just let y'all know. So you got the different face plates. You even got the Goku fused with Golbat face. Now, as I make that joke, well, first of all, that's not even my joke. That's my good man AFFM Customs joke. But that's from the particular scene where Goku was being swung around by the ankle by Broly in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. But either way, that being said, there's a lot of stuff to cover. Let's move forward. Next up, we got Ekin Toys, and Ekin Toys is out here showing off his Gohan Beast head sculpt, and at this point, the Beast Wars is coming, you know? There's several Gohan Beast hair sculpts at this point, and they all, especially the more recent ones, look amazing. Now, to be fair, right? He's comparing, or the studio right here is comparing their Gohan Beast hair sculpt with Tamashi's, and to be fair, Tamashi's is actually accurate. It's just that people don't particularly care for that hair sculpt as much, from what I understand. But also at this point, as I've seen someone say in Burst's comment section, at this point it's like a preference for what you would like to see. So you have the translucent hair right here. So whenever this goes up for a pre-order, you already have an idea of what you're getting. And then here you have the regular grayish white hair, and they both look incredible. The hair sculpt looks great. I can't complain. Now there is, well, we'll get there when we get there, but there is another hair sculpt that for Gohan Beast that's coming out, and it's all actually up for pre-order as we speak, but when we get there, we'll get there. What I want to say is that ultimately this is going to be an all preference thing. Do you like the Tamashi rendition? If you do, then stick with that. If you like this, then you go with this. If you like the DL Customs version, then you stick with that, right? But let's move forward. So now we have the Ekin Toys Ultra Instinct Goku, right? Now initially when this was first ever revealed, when I first ever covered Ekin Toys, I thought it was just going to be a head sculpt because that's all we saw, but it seems like it'll end up being a full figure. And one of the previous third-party video roundups I did, first asked them when this would come out. It probably won't be until sometime next year, which is fair enough, but it's shaping up to look really nice. In fact, I'll put the full render up on the screen at some point, but if you look at the full render closely, it looks like a direct upgrade to the 2.0 version. Like, it literally looks like they upgraded that sculpt and mold with some of the 3.0 stuff. So I'm really excited for this release. Hopefully the QC is on point. Hopefully, like, yo, if Ekin can work with Black Hole Toys, and I know Black Hole Toys has their plate full with all those other releases, that would be sensational. Because Black Hole Toys, if they keep the same QC that they've been having, oh man, the sky's the limit, man. No, sky's actually not the limit. They're gonna go into outer space. But with that being said, we'll look at one more picture of it from the side, and then we'll move on to the next studio. So here's a picture from the side. Of course, this is still a work in progress, so ultimately we know that the final product will have the tweaks, that whatever tweaks that they decide to make. But man, this is shaping up to look really good, you know? Ultimately, we don't know, as I always say, we don't know until we get the final product in hand, but it's looking really good so far. Let's move forward. And I almost forgot, Gohan, he has a Super Saiyan hair sculpt coming as well, so Ekin seems to be working on a lot of stuff all at once, you know? So keep an eye out on this stuff. I'll keep y'all updated as we, you know, pre-orders go up and things of that nature, but let's go on to the next studio. HM Studios joins the Beast Wars, and I might even do a whole separate video on just like a preview of the comparison between all the Gohan Beast head sculpts that's out thus far. Either way, this thing looks great. It actually might edge out the Ekin Toys one just a little bit for me personally. But ultimately, it's gonna, like I said before, gonna come down to preference, right? But I think I show you this anyways because, guys, this head sculpt is actually up for pre-order as we speak. You know, this head sculpt is up for pre-order, and oh, that's a redundant picture. Another redundant picture, man. Okay, and there goes the picture I was trying to get to. But yeah, man, this is the transparent version. This is up on 5ktoys.com for pre-order if you actually are interested in this. And man, oh man, I can't wait to do comparisons between all these hair sculpts. But either way, that's it on this part. Let's move forward. Up next, we have Kong Studio, aka, well, not even aka, now known as Beast Deity, and their Zycor figure. Now, this is not going to be super exciting for you if you're not into fan fiction, but this is, you know, this is a dream come true for me to have an actual highly articulated figure of this character because he's fan fiction, and so there would never be a reason for somebody to make him outside of a custom. But that's why, you know, I love the niche that these deities occupies. And these are just some initial pictures. I'm hoping that we get more pictures of him because some of these things look a little off. I think that's the faceplate that this Zycor figure is supposed to come with too. He's supposed to come with a Super Saiyan 3 faceplate. But either way, I'm really looking forward to this, but like I said, I hope we get new pictures, and I actually hope that Demoniacal Fit drops theirs. I know that'll be annoying for a lot of people, but that's just my own selfish desire, you feel me? But let's move forward. So now, we're getting a little bit of updates on the Worm Studio Super Saiyan 2 head sculpts, and it's not just Worm Studio, it's a collab between Worm and Whom. Now, I've never heard of Whom Studio. This seems to be yet another new third party on the scene. However, I will say this, I will be looking forward to what else Whom puts out. If their quality is indicative of the hair sculpts that we see here. Now, we see that it's going to be 4 sets. You're going to have the non-transparent version, and then you're going to have the transparent version. But, you know, the transparent version has the battle damaged hair, faces. So that's annoying, but what are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? They gotta sell you on the transparent hair somehow. But here's a closer look. 03 will be the non-transparent version. The transparent version will be 04. But that is it on this part. Because, oh yeah, and another thing, I think you can find these up for pre-order on Xianyu, of course, but in order to order from Xianyu, you need to make like a account on like Super Buy and then buy through Super. It's a whole complicated process because Xianyu is a, if I'm not mistaken, Chinese website. So if you want to buy through there, you got to find out whatever methods that you can use to buy from a Chinese website, you know, because they don't necessarily. Not necessarily going to be shipping to the US. You got to figure out a way. But either way, that is it on that. And then sometimes the AliExpress shops be having them, but they also be more expensive on the AliExpress shops. So keep that in mind. But let's move forward. So this is a random picture that my good man's, who was it? Cyrus or Burst? Or was it Aaron? Either way, one of them sent it to the group chat, and this looks great. Now the only thing is, oh yeah, and shout out to Kitsune, of course. We don't know what studio made this, or is planning to make this, or if this is just like some thing that would just never see the light of day. I think I showed it to y'all because it's cool, but that's about it. But now we're about to get to the main event, so stay tuned. You already know TONSENARTTOYS. There's a lot to cover with TONSENARTTOYS because TONSENARTTOYS is going crazy, and you know, beyond giving TONSENARTTOYS all the praise in the world, and we're gonna swipe through these pictures, right? Tonsen, with this Trunks figure and this Kid Buu figure that he has coming out, I think Tonsen has displayed more than just talent, but just a love for the show. Like the detail I see put into these figures, and of course these are printed prototypes. In fact, low-key, the all silver looks pretty cool. Like if it was like a limited version, like a, oh, you know, how Soda Street Fighter figures used to go, like player 1 version, player 2 version, or it'll be like transparent version or employee version. Like it was like back in the day, Soda Street Fighter. If y'all know about Soda Street Fighter figures, they had mad different variations to a same character, but it'll be like, you know, like a transparent Ryu, or however you want to pronounce his name, a transparent Ken, or transparent M. Bison, things of that nature. But I digress. If he released these colors, that would be pretty cool. But you know, that's not like something that's required at all. Like all red Trunks, that would be pretty cool. But like I said, not required at all. In fact, you would inadvertently low-key make like a Super Saiyan God Trunks, even though his hair doesn't look like that when he's Super Saiyan God. It's just his base hair, but red. Either way, as you can see, demonstrating articulation. And of course, we're gonna have some videos to go through too, because Tonsen is good for what you call it. He's good for posting something on Instagram and then deleting it. So sometimes you really gotta basically have notifications on for his post, so you can see it real quick before it's deleted. And of course, here you're seeing all the accessories that this particular Trunks will come with. And man, it's looking up. It's looking great, you know. Now this has gone up for pre-order on certain AliExpress shops, but I'm ultimately waiting for somebody like 5K to get it, or Omni store, I guess, but I'd rather order from 5K to be honest. Because Omni may be dragging their feet. Like, you'll get your order, but you'll see everybody else's order, everybody showing off their stuff on Instagram and whatnot. That happened with the Vegeta head sculpts. They shipped all their Vegeta head sculpts out last somehow. But either way, we have some more Trunks stuff to go through on Instagram. So see you there. So much like the GT Trunks, this Trunks is going to have a feature where you can put his hands in his pockets. So that's really cool. And of course, we already knew about the taking the jacket off. And all of this is shaping up to be really nice. Like I said, I think these figures prove more than about talent, but it's just the level of like love for the show that I can see put into these figures. But let's move forward. So this is the quintessential example of what I mean by just love for what he does, because look at this. The damn scabbard for the sword. The damn scabbard for the sword is magnetic. And of course, y'all won't be able to hear the sound, but seriously, that's really cool. I hate, yo, stop doing that. Either way, let's get off this, because that shit get me tight. Here's some of the face plates that Trunks will come with, and these are the base for the base hair sculpt. And what can I say? We already knew Tonsen could sculpt faces and hair, so this is this is par for the course. But let's move forward to more interesting things. So now we're getting some poses with the Trunks, and really, it looks amazing. It looks I can't even speak. It looks sensational, and all I can say is that as soon as we get like actual pre-orders from shops that aren't AliExpress, which is not even to say that AliExpress isn't trustworthy, because I know plenty of people that have ordered and got their stuff perfectly fine. In fact, AliExpress has a lot of discounts and whatnot. But either way, man, this looks awesome. But I brought that up to say, like, I know a lot of people may not be as comfortable ordering from AliExpress, so that's why I brought that up. But let's move forward. So a lot of these poses are relatively the same, but I think I show y'all anyways. Just it's more showing off for Trunks, but also there's one video I'm about to show y'all right now that is fire. Now shout out to my good man Burst for this video right here, the articulation test. Now this was originally on Tonsen's Instagram, but he took it down for whatever reason. Either way, I appreciate my good man Burst for having this footage, because man, we actually getting a look at the articulation in real time, and it's shaping up to be great. You know, I'm really excited for this figure, and like I said, this is definitely an early contender for figure of the year, whether it comes out this year or next year. And front to back splits on a 3.0 mold. Now I wonder if it's going back and out to the side, because you know, when we seen the scabbard being attached to the back via the magnet, it looked like the figure had butt cheeks sculpted, so it being able to kick back like that is kind of crazy. And that's one of my favorite parts of the figure, being able to kick back. Now, you know, I guess I technically never really use it that much, but it's still a nice feature to have. But, you know, anything that's gonna maximize the articulation, you can't go wrong, especially with these characters that do all these martial arts poses. But sorry for the background noise. What the fuck was that? Well, I don't even know if y'all heard that, because a lot of times y'all don't even be hearing. But either way, man, this is shaping up to be. I can't wait till his future projects. Like, I know he teased Gotenks in the past, but at this point in time, I'm sure the focus is heavily on Trunks, and Kid Buu at this point should be ready to drop any day now, as far as I know, right? Now, of course, there may be delays. You know, with these third parties, there tend to be a lot of delays and whatnot. But what are you going to do? As long as the product is fine and they keep an open line of communication, because, you know, a lot of times, you know, somebody, like, I'll get on DF. This is going on a tangent, guys, but I'll get on DF about delays and be like, well, Tonsen has delays too, and these other companies have delays too. Well, that's true. However, the difference is Tonsen will give you an update on stuff. DF just goes radio silent and then pretends like the other shit that they promised never happened. It's like, I'll give y'all a good example, right? Once again, going off on a tangent. For years, people were expecting the Super Saiyan. They had some Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks head sculpts, right? Coming out. And it was up for pre-order for years and years. Like 2 or 3 years, right? Just for them to say this project is canceled. It's like, yo, bro, y'all couldn't say nothing? But either way, you know, that being said, you know, there's been BombasticPlastic, and, you know, as usual, all the likes, the comments, the support, those go a long way. So if you would be so kind to, I usually don't ask for stuff like that, but it does help out. If you'd be so kind to leave that like, at the very least, please do it for your boy Bomb. And until next time, stay fantastic.